On the first day of the 113th Congress, two familiar local faces took the oath of office.
And political reporter Jessica Arb spoke to them about the federal fights ahead.
Well, the 112th Congress is being considered one of the least productive in history, but with some big decisions looming, new members of Congress will need to act to avert a government shutdown or worse.
Ms. Baldwin of Wisconsin.
In a ceremonial day in Congress, the state's first woman was sworn in to the U.S. Senate.
Do you solemnly swear that you will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic?
The ceremony will end soon enough as debates begin in earnest on the debt limit, which was hit Monday, and billions in automatic spending cuts to all parts of government, following a high-profile deal on the fiscal cliff.
That was important work, but there's much left to be done. And you know, my priority as we begin to tackle those issues is that we significantly impact our deficit, but we do so without shortchanging our people's future.
Baldwin says she'd bring troops home from Afghanistan to cut spending and go after corporate subsidies, but says the debt limit shouldn't be held hostage for cuts.
Our nation's credit rating was downgraded because of these gains, and I call on my former House colleagues and certainly my new Senate colleagues to recognize that that is just not good for our nation.
The congressman replacing Baldwin in the House, Madison's Mark Pocan, agrees.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm?
But as he takes the oath, he says he understands the need to balance the budget.
Well, I think, there's things we're just going to have to cut. We don't really have a choice, just like we had to back in Wisconsin when I was the finance chair. I just think you have to do them with certain values in mind, and one of those values is protecting the middle class. But, I think everything from defense to every other program has to be on the table when you look at these cuts if we're ever going to get out of the debt that we have.
Those spending cuts will need to be debated in the next 2 months. They were supposed to take effect January 1st, but decisions on cuts were delayed by that fiscal cliff deal.
Well, we heard Senator Baldwin talk about the debt limit. The president wants this negotiated without, or doesn't want any negotiations. He wants the debt limit raised. What do they think about that, Pocan and Baldwin?
Well, both of them said that they felt like that the limit shouldn't be held hostage given the credit rating impact that it could have on the country, saying that the president was on the right track, but some Republicans believe that it's the only way to get Democrats to give in Congress on those cuts, something we'll have to watch closely.
And it will be interesting. Thanks, Jess.
Thanks, Jess.